I think it's constantly evolving, I should say. But at the same time, the basic values remain the same. It's to provide an excellent education for students and to engage in research that's going to help people, and then to serve the state. Teaching, research, and service are the mission. No, I could not have done this job without Susan. She was better at her end of it than I was at mine, but she was absolutely engaged in the university. People liked her enormously, and we were having difficulty recruiting faculty because there were no houses at the time, and she was very instrumental in convincing people to come.
Yeah, and we at one point had a little sort of a kind of a folder of things that would interest people, and one of my good friends was the wife of the head of English, and she actually owned property and bought property that might be used by the new faculty when they come in as a first house. And so there was a real involvement with, I think, a lot of the wives of faculty, because they didn't have jobs. You couldn't really work at the university if your husband was there.
It was pretty much an all-male operation with nepotism. And Susan was a volunteer at the hospital, and then they wanted to recruit her to be a staff member. So she was appointed a staff member, but she couldn't be paid anything. She'd get a form letter from me every year renewing her appointment at a zero salary. So then we fortunately recruited a woman provost, the first woman provost in the Big Ten. And she said, that's wrong. So she got the regents to develop a policy which, in effect, eliminated the nepotism and really eliminated the conflict of interest. That is to say, nobody can sit in a position to, I could not adjust her salary, somebody else would have to do that. We appointed the first woman provost in the Big Ten, and we appointed the first black vice president in the Big Ten, all when I was president.
How did everybody else feel about that? Did you get a lot of...
We got some pushback, but they were outstanding people, and as all women are and all minorities are, it has nothing to do with talent. It's the basic individual, but we have not been recognizing that.
Yeah.
Another very big change that's come about is that women who come to school now always did, many of them expect to be in a career, but now every woman that comes expect to be able to have a career of her own, which is dramatically different.